Coucou my puce. So I'm here today to do a video about my Vice 3 palette. I asked you guys in fortnightly favorites maybe, or my monthly favorites. I've been loving this palette and I asked you if you guys wanted to see a video on it. And a couple of you did express interest, so I thought I would film, I don't know, maybe like a little review, chit-chatty type video, touch base on this guy. So I just looked it up on the Sephora website. It's showing up as, sorry, we needed to do a lipstick check. I filmed the whole part of another video with lipstick on my teeth and I had to refilm it. It was fun. Anyways, so it's showing up $70 on the Canadian Sephora website, but I think it's a little bit cheaper in the US, closer to the $60 range. So it is a bit pricey on terms of like what you can get like holiday palette wise if you're comparing it to other things. I personally really like it and I do not regret it for an instant, even at the higher price tag. That being said, there have been a lot of mixed reviews, so I thought I would give you my 2 cents on it. So it is what's on my eyes today. I used only colors from that palette on my eyes. Let's see, I'm gonna look at the thing itself. So I used Sonic all over my lid and then Rain on the outer corner. Let me bring in closer. Okay, so Sonic all over, and then Rain on the outer corner, Defy in the crease, and then a little bit of Last Sin as a brow bone, and then inner corner highlights. So I hope you guys can see that well. We'll zoom back out and do swatches. Or should we? Let's stay, since I've got you here up nice and close. So this is the palette itself. It comes like this, in this sort of like tin type material. With the embossing coming out a little bit. It comes in, so the box with the colors on the back, but then the palette itself comes with a little, so I should, hold on, we're just gonna get a little bit further so you can see. So you could definitely put like an iPad or something in there, or use this as a makeup case. And then the palette itself, what I've heard, I don't have any of the other ones, but what I've heard is that it's slimmer than the other ones. But that being said, because it's slimmer, it doesn't have that mechanism that opens it right up on its own. So you do have to open it by yourself. You do get a nice big, there we are, mirror in there, and then all these colors, which technically the website says that they're all limited edition colors. What I've heard is that some of them almost look like permanent colors. They've just got some like glitter or something added. So they are all full-size eyeshadows. And you do get this little double-ended brush, which I have used and does work well. I find that if I travel with this palette, I can use this guy with it quite well. I just like my other brushes, so on a daily basis I don't reach for it, but it's nice and soft and it does pack on that pigment really well. So let's do some swatching, shall we? So I will start with this first row up here. So there they are on my fingers. And there they are on my hand. So here's that second row. So in this second row, they're all pretty sparkly, so they are a little bit grittier when you swatch them. But do you guys see that pigmentation? Like, it's just phenomenal. So here's that third row in swatches. And then on my hand, I will say what I love is that these are really nicely organized in almost like their own mini quads. You know what I mean? Like you could create a look with just going down one row. Whereas the other Vice palettes, I think like there was one that came out in that lime green packaging this year and I wasn't so thrilled with it. It just didn't seem as cohesive. And I had the same problem with the Vice 2 from last year. So I really like that in this guy, at least, you know what I mean? You could create really lovely looks just going down each row, which is it helps, especially when you're overwhelmed by like the possibilities. But then on days when you have time and you just want to play, you can jump around between rows and create something really lovely. So that might be actually my favorite row. This color is my favorite of the palette. It's, again, what's all over my eyelids today, and I'm just obsessed with it. So there they are. Okay, and then that's that last row. My swatches are pretty awesome, huh? I'm out of practice, I tell you. And there they are. Do you see how pretty that last color is? Like how duochrome it is? So the major criticism that people have had about this palette is that it has a decent amount of fallout. and that the eyeshadows don't necessarily stand their own, like they all sort of blend into one color. I haven't found that to be a problem. I have recently been more careful about making sure I'm using clean brushes. Sometimes I'll just be in a hurry, so I'll just use the same brush and it might have some pigment on it and I won't realize that because it's a darker hair brush, you guys, you know what I mean? If you have like you can't see that there's pigment on it, and then I'm like, why are things not blending out as nicely? And it's because they don't have a nice clean brush. That's not to say that people that have had issues with muddiness aren't using clean brushes. It's just something that I've been cognizant of and it's been helping. But what I will say is that I haven't found really any fallout. There might be a little bit if I'm using some of the dark colors. I do prime my eyelids before I use any eyeshadow, but with that, even if it's just a paint pot to prime, like not an actual primer, I really haven't had any fallout. And the colors, I feel like all blend beautifully together but still hold their own. I really am highly in love with this palette and totally recommend it. It's something you could pick up for the VIB sale. I hope this video goes up before the VIB sale is over, but you can get an extra 20% off that way. And yeah, those are just my 2 cents on this palette. Let me know if you guys have picked it up and your thoughts on it. Or what your favorite color in the palette is, or if you're thinking of getting it for someone you love, and all that kind of good stuff. I think that's all I wanted to say about this palette. If you have any questions though, let me know down below. Okay, so let's do 3 points of positivity. My first is finally getting to catch up on emails and text messages, and I have like a list of people that are like, are you still alive? I finally responded to one from my good friend this morning. She's like, you were 24 hours away from having me come on a plane and make sure that you were still alive. I was like, oh dang it, I should have not responded, then I would have gotten to see you. But yeah, it's just when other things get busy, life sort of takes a back seat. So it was nice to have a couple hours to catch up with everyone this morning. So that was really lovely. My second point of positivity is a picture I posted on Instagram. I found some cronuts, and someone asked me what a cronut is. So it's a mix between a croissant and a donut. Hated the way I just said croissant and croissant and a donut. It is definitely an American delicatessen. Oh, I can't speak today. And I don't think they're actually allowed to call it a cronut here, but it is essentially a cronut. So it was really yummy and made me very happy regardless of what it was called. And then my third point of positivity is some new makeup goodies I bought. So you saw the Boots haul. There may be another haul coming up next week. Maybe something in a little yellow bag. But I've been enjoying playing with some new stuff. So yeah, that's definitely what's bringing me joy. Let me know what's been bringing sunshine into your lives. I really want to thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, I can never leave you without reminding you that life is just too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye guys!